Yes, hello, part two, realisable assets, document checklist. Here I just want to cover some of the points in the document checklist which I've highlighted in green, essentially starting with the land registry entries. It's worth saying a little bit about the land registry entries, especially if you are considering transferring or selling a property as part of your divorce settlement. Please use the link to the government website that I've shown here to help you. It costs £7 to download a copy of the title register for each property, and you simply need to complete the deeds request form on the website, form OC2. If you like, the title register is like the DNA of a property, telling you things such as who owns the property, make sure that it doesn't hold any surprises. It also should show you the mortgages and legal charges on the property, any notices and restrictions which might indicate that someone else has a financial interest in the property, hopefully which you're aware of. It also might show restrictive covenants setting out any limitations about what you can do with the property or rights of way and so on. So just follow the link in the government website here. If you right click there and open hyperlink, it should take you straight to the site. There we are. That's the government website, and it'll show you what to do on that site. So quickly moving on with the document checklist. If you see anything, again, for the price of £7, I think it's worth obtaining this title document as a starting point. If anything looks unusual when you have got it, or you just need a bit of help understanding it, just ask your mediator to recommend a suitable professional to help you. Onwards to look at what I want to say about current accounts, savings accounts, and investments. I just want to say a few general words here. Although we recommend that you are able to put your hands quickly on any documents which support the figures in your financial booklet, if requested, we don't believe it's necessary, in the first instance anyway, to gather 12-month statements of every account or investment. It all depends on context. Before going ahead and obtaining many months of statements, it may be worth asking yourself some questions. For example, what will these documents help me or us to understand better in our situation? Ask that question of yourselves. Number two, how would this better understanding help us to make progress and in particular resolve any factual issues that may exist or which may arise? Are these issues, factual issues, relevant to what we're trying to achieve? And if so, how? To what extent? And number four, is the effort and the cost involved in providing this information and documents proportionate to these issues? You know, I write much more about this in the financial disclosure obligations part of the divorce manual, full and frank financial disclosure. So please have a read of that chapter. Please remember that even if you believe that some information and documents may not be relevant, please be ready to have this discussion with your former partner and the mediator in mediation with an open, constructive, and pragmatic mindset and approach, please. Remember that the aim is for you and your former partner to satisfy yourselves and each other that the financial information you're working with is accurate enough for the purposes of reaching a fully informed, fair financial outcome. Going back to the document checklist, just having a look here, the business interest is the next part I want to talk about. I talk about this in the video series covering the financial disclosure booklet, but I want to repeat a few things here in this video because it's quite important. Businesses and business interests come in many shapes and sizes, of course. Please use this document checklist to ensure that you collect the correct business documents at this stage. The mediator should get a sense early on, often during the first joint mediation session with you and your former partner, or indeed an early financial disclosure planning session if required, if you and your former partner are likely to need a formal joint valuation, or whether you can reach decisions and make decisions without incurring the cost or the delay of this. So please don't rush off at this stage to spend money and time obtaining your own formal valuation, which your former partner may or may not agree with when it arrives. The starting point is to complete your financial disclosure booklet, providing the basic information needed, and then be ready to work together with the mediator and your former partner to obtain more information if required for the decision-making process. That's got to be the sensible way forward. If you wish to inform yourselves about your options here, we strongly recommend that you read Chapter 11 of the Divorce Manual, How to Treat Businesses on Divorce. It will also help if you and your former partner read this, both read this, so that you're working from the same information. Among other things, this chapter will help you understand what kind of valuation information and documentation may be required for mediation and form a basis for an informed discussion during mediation. Again, in order to keep things carefully managed, it can often be helpful and supportive for you both to work with one of the financial neutrals from our panel, our experts panel, to help you address these questions together in and outside mediation, ensuring the whole process is contained and as constructive as possible. If it does become necessary to involve a neutral forensic accountant to provide a formal joint valuation, someone who has not been previously involved with your business, the aim will be to do this as cost effectively and collaboratively as possible, and a financial neutral can provide invaluable support with this. Well, that's all I really want to say in relation to this part 2 realizable assets section of the document checklist. Hopefully the rest will be self-explanatory. On to the next video dealing with liabilities part 3. So thanks for watching so far. Bye for now.